Hits 96, we are Chattanooga's #1 hit music station, and joining me right now via the phone line, I would like to welcome, we're playing her song all the time right now. It's called Numb Little Bug. I would like to welcome Beihold. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited to be talking today.
Yes, I cannot believe that I'm talking to you. I absolutely adore your song, Numb Little Bug, for numerous reasons. And it's one of those songs that seems to catch everybody's ear, and we can play it nonstop and nobody seems to mind, which is pretty fantastic. And we're going to get into Numb Little Bug just a little bit. But I thought, and I like to do this with a bunch of the artists that kind of join me on the air here, is to kind of talk about your beginnings. Because from what I've read, you actually have been playing music since a very young age. You wanted to do music for TV and movies, and then you kind of branched into becoming your own little pop star in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I started when I was 6, and I always loved writing. It was just kind of the way that I processed my emotions, and it brought me peace. But I thought, being an artist was kind of an unfeasible goal. And then TikTok changed that, basically.
Yeah, your song Groundhog Day kind of went viral, so to speak, and it got you a lot of attention, like you said, on TikTok and YouTube, and that's kind of where the inspiration was behind Numb Little Bug, the feeling of all of a sudden you're getting all this attention for Groundhog Day. Talk about that a little bit. Talk about the inspiration behind Numb Little Bug.
So basically, exactly what you were saying. Groundhog Day was going viral. All these labels were reaching out, and it was everything I ever wanted, but somehow I wasn't happy. And I was talking to my mom, and I was like, is music right for me? Why is it all going perfectly from the outside, but inside I just don't feel anything? And at the same time, I was also on antidepressants, and I didn't realize that they took highs away as well as lows. And my mom was like, that's a bit ungrateful. And I was telling her, that's not it. Let me find the words for you. And then basically wrote Numb Little Bug.
When I first heard this song, like I mentioned, it was one of those songs. We hear lots of songs here, of course, all great music here at Hits 96. But for some reason, this one did just kind of, I think, connect with people in a different way. In fact, when I heard the song, it actually reminded me of my little sister. And I actually told her, I said, have you heard this song? She said no. So I sent her the link, of course. And I said, this song, for whatever reason, reminds me of you. And she wrote me back saying, I'm not sure how to take that. She says, because it's kind of a sad song. She says, but at the same time, I'm kind of surprised that I put off that vibe. And I said, well, you kind of look at it in a different way. It's a sad song, but it's a very comforting song to know that we're not different in that regard.
Yeah. I mean, I always try to sort of couch sad lyrics in a happy way, because that's I have this phrase that's dance through your depression, because I feel like that's the only way to be,
Yeah, it's kind of I can only imagine that you found some comfort in knowing that your words are so relatable, because there's so many people out there that are now looking for, talking about their mental health and looking for that outlet, much like you were doing through your music, and to be able to connect with that many people for that must have felt really good.
It means the world to me. And also the DMs I've received to people seeking out therapy or talking to their family because they realized they weren't alone, and talking about it makes it better. The fact that it's actually changed the way people live their lives is so gratifying. I'm of course sad when people say they relate to it, but it's also showing that we're all in the same boat and we're all in this together.
Exactly. I think that's the greatest message to pull out of Numb Little Bug is that, oh my gosh, somebody else is feeling this way too. And I think whether we're on antidepressants or not, or just sometimes going through the highs and lows of life, you can relate to those lyrics and relate to that feeling of, I should be happy, but I'm not for whatever the reason.
Yeah, I mean, even now with the song popping off, and I'm not on antidepressants anymore, and they do work for some people. I just want to make sure I say that. For me, I'm just sharing my experience. But even now, sometimes I get a little bit tired of life. I feel like it's natural, and it's okay.
Yes, it's okay. Exactly. I think that's the big one to take away, is that it's okay to feel that way. When it comes to writing music, where are more inspirations? I know that you have a lot of fun on YouTube and TikTok. I know you've written songs about things that your roommate has said while they're sleeping, songs with Instagram comments being your inspiration there. But when it comes to writing, what do you enjoy writing about?
I mean, it's kind of just what I'm going through in the moment. It's the way that I process things. For instance, there was a guy who broke my heart, and I wrote the song, and then I was literally fine. It's kind of amazing the way it's therapy.
Yeah, a form of therapy. They're very good.
It changes, but I'd say often, I have a song called Nobody Else that's just about self-acceptance, different forms of mental health and self-acceptance themes normally.
Very good, very good. And what about the songwriting process for you? Is it lyrics first? Is it music? I know different artists have different ways of approaching it.
Yeah, it usually starts with a line and a melody for me. Like I remember for City of Angels, I was literally just in the kitchen eating a sandwich. And then out of nowhere, my brain was like, we used to talk about the fakers in LA, but now you're one of them, and damn, it hurts to say. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to keep writing this song. So I ran to the piano and like figured it out. And then with Numb Little Bug, it was, do you ever get a little bit tired of life? Like you're not really happy, but you don't want to die. And I was driving while I had that thought, so I had to like take a voice memo real quick.
Very cool. So these lines just kind of come to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I've recently started co-writing, and it's very difficult for me to like sit down and come up with something. It's kind of like moments of inspiration, but it's a special muscle to be able to do it on demand too.
Right. Yeah. I always find that kind of crazy that people can just sit down and just write songs all of a sudden. At least for me. At least for me. I know that you're going on tour. I know that you've performed before, but this whole concert experience is kind of a new thing for you. And I think it's going to even kick it up a notch for you because a lot of your fans are going to see you for the first time. It's kind of, I mean, you kind of hit, I know you've been doing music for quite some time, but you kind of hit during the pandemic. So there was not a lot of live music happening at the time. That experience is going to be kind of, I got to say, crazy for you because a lot of these fans have seen you through the screen, otherwise seeing you live, and now they're going to be able to experience your music. That must be kind of cool. I
can't wait. I mean, it's only been metrics so far. It's been like watching the numbers grow on Spotify and like DMing people and like so grateful for everyone. But I think like if literally at least one person knows the lyrics to Numb Little Bug, like that will make my life, you know?
I think you're going to have a whole lot more than one person singing along with you when you hit the stage with that one because, again, it is so relatable and people are absolutely loving it. I know that you're a little bit of aware, but have you seen all the covers that have been done? There's pop punk, there's rock. People have really taken it as their own.
It's crazy. I love the Loveless rock cover.
Yes.
I hope he releases it.
Yeah, I think he should. I definitely think he should. Yeah, those are really cool. And I know that you've posted your covers in the past too on TikTok. I know you've done Dua Lipa and numerous other artists. So again, that kind of has to have a full circle moment for you.
Oh, very much so. I mean, I remember when I was in college and I was talking to a friend about my music goals. I was like, I want one single person to make a cover of my song and I'll be fine. Like that'll be crazy. And now they're just like popping up all the time. I don't even know how to process it. It's insane.
It is. It's very cool, and I think it's well-deserved. I wish you the best with all of your music, and we're going to continue to play Numb Little Bug right here on Hits 96 because we absolutely love the song, and I know our audience does as well. And you actually did a really funny post, which maybe because I'm a radio guy, I kind of found it a lot of fun. You talked about your mom giving you a call or texting you about hearing your song on the radio next to that Doja woman.
Yep, Doja woman.
How has it been? How has it been for your family and your friends to kind of see this surge in popularity for you?
It's been, my friends are happy for me, but it's been tough because it's been so busy and intense that I haven't been able to see them much.
Right.
So still trying to figure out that balance a little bit. My parents are happy. My dad shows me like new heights that Numb Little Bug has reached before I find them. He showed me that it had a Wikipedia page.
There you go.
My mom definitely cares about my mental health, and she sees that in all this intensity, I'm doing my best, but struggling just a little bit, and she just wants to make sure that I'm good. So I appreciate her for that.
Yes, just like a mom should.
Yeah.
Very cool. And well, I know you're busy, so I'll let you go, but I do have one more thing to comment on, something that I saw, and I know that you were kind of blown away by it as well. You actually had a diehard fan, we'll say that much, reach out to you to draw some pictures so they could get an Beihold tattoo. What was that like?
Oh my gosh. I mean, you know how I said earlier, one of my goals was for someone to do a cover?
Sure.
I never imagined of having the goal of someone getting a tattoo because that just seemed too far-fetched. Like, no, that wouldn't happen. But that was insane. And also more people took those drawings and got the same tattoo.
Oh, wow. Wow. So,
sent me pictures.
So now not only your music is going throughout the world, but now your pictures are too.
I'm a tattoo artist, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm
there
a
you
designer.
go. add that one to the resume. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Em, for the time. We greatly appreciate it. Again, Numb Little Bug. You can also go to Em's website, mbeihold.com. We'll link up at hits96.com and make sure we share all the videos and all of the love. And we want you to go out there. And if you have a chance to catch Em on tour, we definitely suggest it. Em, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you.